We begin tonight with breaking news. An investigation is underway for a deadly shooting in the foothills. Good evening, I'm Stella Inger. Guy has the night off. 9 News Side's Ricky Mitchell is live at the scene with more information on this. Ricky.
Yeah, Stella, we are outside the veranda at Ventana apartment complex near Kolb and Sunrise. We are actually outside of the gate, but inside the apartment complex, sheriff's deputies do have a command post set up to investigate this deadly shooting. Right now, we can confirm that one person is dead, but the sheriff's department says there are possibly more victims in this shooting tonight. We also know that the Pima County Sheriff's Department Chief Chris Nanos is here on scene as well. He is currently being briefed by detectives, and we are waiting for him to come speak with us to possibly give us more information. Again, all we know right now is that one person is confirmed dead in this shooting, but there are possibly more victims. And we are at an apartment complex near Kolb and Sunrise. We'll bring you the latest information as soon as we get it. Reporting live, I'm Ricky Mitchell, KGUN9 on your side.
Ricky, thank you. Now to a developing story. A Tucson police officer is recovering tonight after police say a drunk driver rear-ended her early this morning. According to police, 23-year-old Cody Tucker hit Officer Laura Shope, that is on Craycroft near Broadway. He was arrested and charged with aggravated DUI. 9 News Side's Ricky Mitchell spoke with Officer Shope tonight, who walked away from the crash with only minor injuries.
A scary scene this morning as police shut down Craycroft Road to investigate a crash involving one of their own. But all three people walked away with barely a scratch.
I'm very blessed, I have to say. I'm sore. I have a slight headache, but as far as overall, I'm doing great. I can't complain. I'm thanking God pretty much all day today that I'm okay.
Officer Laura Shope says she was heading south down Craycroft when she saw headlights approaching from behind very quickly, and then they collided.
My vehicle began to spin off the road out of control. I was able to stop on the side of the road, and I saw the other vehicle turn upside down.
She says she remembered her police training as well as lessons from her parents and braced for the impact.
Obviously thinking and praying to God that I would be okay and make it out of this.
Then her main concern became the other driver. She ran over and learned the driver, Cody Tucker, was okay, but his passenger wasn't responding. Shope and Tucker worked together to free his passenger before paramedics arrived.
The door was jammed. Luckily, as I went to go to the driver's side to help pull him out, he did regain consciousness.
And as the holidays approach, Officer Shope says this should be a lesson.
That could easily have gone a different way last night. And if you have any alcohol whatsoever, make sure there's someone there that's sober to drive for you.
Ricky Mitchell, KGUN9 on your side.
In addition to aggravated DUI, Cody Tucker was also charged with 2 counts of felony endangerment and 1 count of felony criminal damage. He's been set at a $10,000 bond. And tonight, we know more about the case of an attorney charged with killing his girlfriend. Tucson police say in mid-November, Chris Raboyne killed his girlfriend, then led police on a chase until officers used their own cars to stop his. As 9 News Side's Craig Smith reports, several officers tried to revive the victim, but they couldn't.
Officers say Chris Raboyne did not lead them on a high-speed chase. He went a steady 40 miles per hour with at least 4 police cars behind him, but would not stop for anything until officers nudged his car into a spin and forced him into a stop. Earlier, they went to this house on what they were told at first was a burglary call, and they arrived in time to see Raboyne drive off in another man's car. A woman told officers to stop him. 2 of them pointed their guns, but he drove past. Inside, officers found 46-year-old Rosalia Gilbert with trauma to her face. This photo is from U of A's geography school, where she was a graduate student. These police evidence photos show part of what officers found in the house. They do not show the blood they found or how badly Rosalia Gilbert was hurt. 3 officers took turns doing chest compressions to try to keep her alive until Tucson firefighters arrived. None of them could keep her alive. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Gilbert's roommate told police Chris Raboyne came to the house about 10 the night before. She woke up about midnight to hear Raboyne and Gilbert talking. Then she went back to bed. Soon she heard Rosalia Gilbert say something. What Gilbert said is blotted out in the report. Then the roommate called 911. Rosalia Gilbert had 2 children. Chris Raboyne is an attorney, but not one who handled criminal cases like the one he's caught in now. He actually told the Arizona bar to inactivate his law license about a year and a half ago. He's been studying to be a filmmaker. Now he is in Pima County Jail unless and until he posts a $500,000 bond. Craig Smith, KGUN9 on your side.
Craig, thank you. Just as tens of millions of Americans are headed out for the holidays, severe weather is hitting across the country. Take a look at this massive tornado touching down in Mississippi.
Yeah, Bill, another debris. I can see debris.
Officials reporting at least 2 people were killed, at least 40 injured, and up to 15 homes destroyed. And look at this, storms dumping half a foot of rain on Mobile, Alabama. This neighborhood underwater, the street looking more like a river. Well, in Arkansas, high winds causing this tree to fall on a home, killing an 18-year-old woman. Forecasters say the storm system may include damaging winds of up to 75 miles per hour, large hail, and several tornadoes. Chief Meteorologist Erin Christensen is tracking the conditions coast to coast. She joins us now. Erin.
Stella, these are the kind of storms, the kind of damage that we would expect to see in springtime, but we're seeing it in the end of December, almost unprecedented. The good news this evening, no travel delays as we check those conditions across the nation, and you could argue certainly the people still aren't flying yet this evening, but for tomorrow morning it bodes well. If you have an early morning flight out, that means no delays, at least to start the day. As far as conditions across the west, this is where we have a high likelihood of a white Christmas, not a wet one. Winter weather advisories, meaning snow and wind, making for dangerous conditions all across the northwest, even stretching into northern Arizona. Wind advisories still posted for the upper Midwest in places like Chicago. We have wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour still, and it's really been this severe weather alley here, if you will, stretching from Tennessee all the way through Kentucky, where we've had those tornado watches and warnings, severe thunderstorm watches and warnings all day, and we still have a few that are hanging on this late into the evening. As far as for the Carolinas, we are talking flood watches and warnings because of all the heavy rain that they have had there. So we are certainly in no way, shape, or form in the clear as far as this wild weather across the nation. If you are getting out of Dodge for Christmas Day, I'll let you know what to expect for your holiday, no matter where you're headed next.
Erin, thank you. A new poll shows no signs of Donald Trump slowing down as he continues to surge in the polls. And this tops our look around the nation. A CNN ORC poll released today shows the real estate mogul still on top. It shows Donald Trump with 39% of the GOP voters' support. That's more than double Texas Senator Ted Cruz, who comes in second with 18%. The poll was conducted after the December 15th CNN Republican presidential debate. Ben Carson and Florida Senator Marco Rubio are next. Both slipped a few points and now stand tied in third place with 10%. But when it comes to matching up against Democratic candidates, Donald Trump doesn't fare so well in a new Quinnipiac poll, polling hypothetically head-to-head matchups. If the elections were held today, poll voters have Bernie Sanders beating Trump by 13 points, 51-38, while if it's Hillary Clinton versus Trump, then she also beats him, but by only 7 points, 47-40. Black Lives Matter protesters tried to shut down the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport today. Then they moved to the airport after a brief rally at the Mall of America, the nation's largest. Protesters wanted to draw attention to the police shooting death of 24-year-old Jamar Clark in Minneapolis last month. At the airport, protesters blocked traffic on roads leading to both terminals. Not long after, the State Patrol ordered protesters to disperse. Drones have been flying off shelves this holiday season, but before you use yours, a safety class so you won't lose it. Plus, a Tucson landmark saying goodbye, how the owner plans to ride off into the sunset. That's coming up. And holiday greetings from our Wildcat basketball team. You're watching KGUN9 on your side.
Jingle bell, jingle bell.
Well, in just 2 days, 45,000 drones have been registered with the FAA. This is only the beginning. They've been flying off shelves and landing under many Christmas trees, but the problem is lots of people have no idea how to operate them. So one Oro Valley business is offering an intro to drone safe flying class. The very first one was held today by Airborne Precision Imaging Arizona. Students learned the FAA regulations and how to register before getting their hands on flying one. If you missed it, don't worry. We have a link on our website. You can attend. That's KGUN9.com. A colorful Tucson landmark at the corner of Speedway and Rosemont will close next week after 12 years in business. The owner of Copper Country says it's become too hard to do business here and he plans to leave the city. But it's probably best known for the winged buffalo that sits on the roof. And next week, the owner plans to actually sit on the buffalo as it's brought down for the last time.
This is final. This is it. It's over. And so it's really sad that it is, but it is. So it is symbolic. He and I will come down together.
Well, he says he's thankful to the community for supporting his business for all of these years.
Now, KGUN9 on your side first warning weather with Chief Meteorologist Aaron Christensen.
Well, now here's a spot guaranteed a white Christmas, and perhaps unexpectedly so. This is California. Yeah, of course, in the mountains. They're very happy about this, considering their state has been in a drought for quite some time. Yeah, quite a few powerful storms moving into the west, and that has brought on winter weather advisories now for parts of Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado. Can you believe this? We have a better chance of seeing a white Christmas across the west than we do the east or the Midwest. It's wind that's plaguing the Midwest and some severe weather along with heavy rain and flooding for the southeast. So again, flip-flopped forecasts here for our holiday week. And where we're seeing that clash of the completely different air masses, that very cold, dry air dropping down from Canada, meeting up with that humid, warm air from the Gulf right along that line and pushing eastward is where we saw those thunderstorms, some severe, some fatal today, developing. So it's going to be more of a rainy situation if you're headed to the East Coast. But here's a look at the Christmas Day forecasts. If you are headed west to Los Angeles, clear skies, 59 for your holiday. Denver also having a white Christmas, 50% chance for snow. Lots of snow there already. 32 degrees, the freezing mark for a high. As we head into the central U.S., Dallas 73, chance for rain at 20%. Minneapolis 34 degrees, but not expecting any snow there. Partly cloudy skies for Chicago, warm by their standards for Christmas Day, 45, but 65 balmy degrees for New York City with a 10% chance for rain. So hopefully wherever you're headed, you are happy with those forecasts. If you're sticking around Tucson, 59 degrees. So that 67 we felt today, soon going to be a thing of the past. And we have even cooler temperatures than that in our 7-day. But that is 6 degrees below our average for Christmas Day, whereas New York 65, 25 degrees above their average. So a little bit of Christmas confusion going on the part of Mother Nature. Then the day after Christmas, we are talking near record cold temperatures. That's right. Tucson's high will drop to 46 degrees. That will come close to tying the record at 43 degrees. So meaning the lowest high temperature for the 26th of December. Keep in mind our average for that date, 64. We were above average today with 67 in Tucson and Sells, 62 for Wilcox, 60 Safford, Casa Grande ringing in at 68. So we're calling it 49 degrees here overnight. Mostly cloudy skies, maybe running into a sprinkle or two. Still hanging on to that moisture tomorrow for our Christmas Eve day. Chance for rain first thing in the morning, but then by the afternoon, you'll start to see some more of that sun. Again, 64 degrees for Christmas Eve day. You really can't beat that, right? Well, then we have some big changes to move in just for our holiday weekend. 59 for a high Friday, 46 degrees for your Saturday, 49 on Sunday. And then look, it takes our temps a while to rebound, staying in the 50s next work week. We do have 20% chance for valley rain and mountain snow. Expecting snow down to the valley floor Friday night into Saturday across Cochise County, Bisbee, Sonoyta, places like that will likely see some snow. For Tucson, though, maybe a flake or two in the foothills. That would be about it. And, of course, for Mount Lemmon, we're expecting snow there Friday night through Saturday night.
Okay, Erin, thank you.
You bet.
And we do have an update on the breaking news we brought you at the top of the show in the foothills. Let's go back out live to Ricky with an update. Ricky.
Yeah, Stella, we just spoke with Sheriff Chris Nanos, who came over and spoke with us after he was briefed by detectives here on scene. We can tell you that the mother of 2 young girls called 911 after the father of her 2 children called her upset. It didn't sound good, so she raced over here, called 911. When deputies arrived, they knocked on the door. The deputies then heard 1 gunshot from the apartment. They knocked down the door of that apartment here at Veranda at Ventana, and they found 2 young girls deceased inside the apartment. The girls are 5 and 7 years old. Now, Sheriff Nanos was very emotional as he told us this. It is 2 days before Christmas, so he is saying that the deputies who arrived on scene are having a tough time with this. They are not yet releasing the names of the 2 girls who were killed. They are waiting for the family to have time to grieve over this. We also know that the father did self-inflict a gunshot wound, but as of right now, he is alive at the hospital. And that is all the information they could tell us right now. They plan to release more information tomorrow. Stella?
Okay, Ricky, thank you very much for that. God, chilling.
We'll be right back.
Now, KGUN9 On Your Side Sports with Sports Director Jason Varr.
Sinking free throws like parents' stock stuffings. 8th-ranked U of A basketball was 28 out of 32 from the foul line last night against Long Beach State. The Wildcats now break for the holiday season with 1 win for each day of Christmas.
For me, this is the best start of my college career, going 12-1. So, and with this team, I'm really happy with what we're doing. Like I've said before, I think, just our effort level needs to stay high, and everyone needs to keep playing as hard as they possibly can while they're out there on the floor, and good things will happen for us.
I can't tell you how proud I am of our team, players on our team and our program for being 12-1 here. Yeah, I know you guys think I'm consumed, and I'm not saying I'm normal, but I need a break. Yeah, don't call me, leave me alone. I'll be back in 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, no texting either. Meanwhile, his players sing us this version of the classic Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swinging, jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing, hopefully it was fun. I can't even read it.
Oh no, that took a turn south. Apparently a good version of this song is from the movie Mean Girls. I don't know, that's what I was told, right? All right, hey, no singing from the Arizona football team. Too many injuries, right? But the Wildcats did offer this nice video greeting complete with holiday snow. Wildcats Samaje Grant and New Solomon are set to return in 2016. Some sad news here. New Mexico safety Markel Byrd, number 22, he had 3 tackles in the bowl game against Arizona this past Saturday. Well, he was killed on Tuesday in an accident. The school says he was involved in a 1-car vehicle accident on I-40 in New Mexico. His car suffered a blown tire and he was ejected from the vehicle. Markel Byrd was just 20 years old. And finally, hey, coming up tomorrow on KGUN9, I'm going to have my top 12 Southern Arizona sports stories. Now, in previous years, I've done the top 10 stories from the year, but I didn't want to leave anything or anybody out. So my only rule, it just has to be Southern Arizona related.
Okay, we've been guessing.
Can you think of one?
No, because
Yes,
every
you
time
can.
I say something, it's wrong.
No,
so
it's
I'll just
not.
watch the show tomorrow.
All right, I think you would do fine, though.
We'll be right back after the break. A cool down in store.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, it's going to drop our temps down to the upper 50s by Christmas Day with a 20% chance for rain in the valley, snow in the mountains, and then over the weekend in the 40s. 46 for us Saturday. Chance for snow, mainly east of Tucson and, of course, in the mountains.
It will feel festive with that snow.
Certainly so.
And thank you. Good Morning Tucson begins at 5 a.m. with all of your latest overnight developments, and make sure to go to KGUN9.com for the latest breaking news. We'll see you soon.